Hi, thank you for visiting Varian. My name is Vari. If this is your first time, a subs and a like to the channel would be greatly appreciated. For those people out there that's been donating through Saweria, thank you. Thank you very much. And for those of you that are my YouTube members, I also want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Keep on doing that. Keep on being members. And there's giveaway coming soon. With me, I've got my good friend Renster. Hey, welcome Renster!
Ooh, glad to be here.
Is a content creator also from Indonesia, and he is playing a lot of JRPGs, strategy RPGs, action games as well. Currently live streaming Crash Bass. So basically there's a lot of variety if you want to check out his channel, but mostly it's going to be in Indonesian. Now we are going to talk about SWORD of Convallaria, a mobile game that recently released for global, and we've been waiting. Both of us have been waiting for this game since last year. Can you tell us a little bit about how you were expecting this game to be, Renstad?
So I kind of love this genre, and I think the gacha game or the free to play games doesn't have a lot of kind of game, or is it the first one? I'm not sure, but I'm kind of expecting good things, since they combine a lot of elements from the tactic games like Fire Emblem series or Tactic Ogre series. So that's why I'm kind of expecting this game.
Yeah, the pixel art itself really resembles to Tactics Ogre games series.
Yeah,
and I think
a lot of people say that.
I think there's a lot of also resemblance, at least in the music, in the sound effects, in the visual effects with Final Fantasy Tactics. Do you not agree?
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people say that also. So actually, I didn't see the resemblance at first, but when people say that, oh, that's true. So
yeah, we're going to talk about the story first, but what you're seeing right now in the background is actually my gameplay. I fast forwarded a little bit so you get the gist of it if you haven't tried it before. I was about to make the review content about the game by myself, but I thought maybe I could bring Renster in with his opinion. So let's talk about the story, Renster. I definitely skipping the entire story of the game. I tried it before on demo, and I don't think there are a lot of changes, a lot of different from the one that I saw in the demo. And the story itself, though it's not that heavy and not that hard to understand, but I find it kind of familiar and similar into other JRPG or tactic games, because it talks about war, politics, and then suddenly it's like a time traveling. The MC is like a time traveler. Is that true? I mean, what do you think about the story at first?
I thought it was like a typical JRPG lore, which is like the MC is like having amnesia, doesn't know anything, and time traveling. It is also like a common trope, right? Like a lot of JRPG also have that kind of thing. But I don't know. Even if it is overused, I kind of like it. So depends. Yeah. If you say that thing is kind of overused, then maybe you will see this as a negative things. But I think this is a good one.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily negative, but how far are you in the story? Is it getting interesting every step of the way, or is it just getting bland and boring?
I won't say it's like the best or great, because I think when you play tactical games before, you will see that the story is quite heavy, like 30 minutes of story, and then the battle itself is 30 minutes or more. So this one, it's like the story is not that much, and you will focus on the gameplay more. Maybe that's why they include the skip function, because maybe they don't want to focus on the story itself, but enjoy more the gameplay. That's what I think.
You played Triangle Strategy. You just finished Triangle Strategy. Compared to that game, I mean, that's a single player Square Enix game, but compared to that game, how different was it in a story wise?
Story wise, for this one, it's more like a fantasy one, but for that one, it's like I don't know. I play and see that tactic games usually have like the politic war topics, but this one not really. Yeah, well,
Okay.
yes, there is, but not that much.
Okay. Well, that's about the story. You can experience it yourself. You just download it on your mobile, or maybe you want to try the PC version. That's the one we tried because the graphic is way better. It may be much more fluid and the performance is better. But let's talk about the gameplay mechanics now. I mean, talking about the performance, because the gameplay mechanics itself, I kind of like. Why? Because it's a mobile game and it has an auto battle function, which maybe a lot of people might find it annoying for a turn-based, a strategy game to have an auto battle feature. What do you think about the gameplay mechanics, Friendster?
Also, the auto function, you mean?
I mean, despite of the auto function, I mean the tactical stuff itself. In this game, there's like this environmental damage. I mean, you could use the barrel around you. You could use the elevated ground to have better damage and stuff like that. What do you think about that?
Okay, so I like those environmental things that they add, like hitting the rocks to instantly kill all the enemies and hitting the explosive barrel. But when you use the auto function, they didn't really damage that one. So I like those kind of restriction in the auto battle, because when you are overpowered already and you want to clear something that you can do easily, you can use the auto, so it will save your time. And if you need to complete the end game contents, I think it's a bit difficult if you use the auto, because you cannot use the environmental things like that in the auto. So it helps a lot, especially this is a gacha game. You need to log in daily. It really helps for us.
Yeah, I kind of already stopped after about 3 or 4 days because I think there's already too much games that I'm playing right now, and I don't think I want to burden myself even more with this game that I have to log in daily to get the best resources that I could as an F2P. But what you're seeing right now, we also inside of the game there are these different modes that you could go into. Like right now, on the screen it's a different world from the main story. The main story uses stamina to complete each stages. But the different world, I don't really get it. What with this different world? I mean, why do we have it? Why do we have this mode?
I'm not sure. Before you go to this kind of world, you have the time travel story, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I didn't expect it to be like this, so I'm not sure what this mode. Maybe this one is more like if you have like an event, which is that's what happened in the gacha games. I think they will put it here instead of the main story.
Okay. Because it seems like in this world, you're building your kingdom, you're helping out the townspeople, and then you have a different roster that you could build and to finish up the missions. Do you actually grind materials or resources in this game? I mean, in this mode?
In this mode, I haven't reached that point. Maybe there will be, but usually I just like complete the missions, and it's not that difficult, I think, because they have like a nerf status, so it's not carried over from the main one. So
and also what you're seeing right now on the screen, you can actually pick out the missions that you want to do. It's like you're doing stuff every week differently. You could put your party in rest, you could train them, you could put them on dispatch. So it's like that type of turn-based game. It's like it's mobile features, but it still feels like a single player premium game. And let's move on a little bit from the gameplay mechanics into the gacha system, because if you are trying it out, I mean, just try it out for 1 day or 2 days, and then you'll understand what we meant, because it's very easy to understand. It's very familiar as a mobile game. You could relate it to games that we mentioned before, like Final Fantasy Tactics Ogre, Fire Emblem, and other type of strategy games. So the gacha system, I'm going to say a lot of negative things about the gacha system, but you go on, start first, Rinster.
Okay, first of all, I don't really like the gacha system. Like, when I first played this, I rerolled 2 times and I got nothing. So
It's not that bad.
and
It's not that bad.
for me it's kind of bad because a lot of people I heard they get a lot of lucky things, but I didn't get anything. So I kind of reroll it until I get the one that I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite time consuming.
Okay.
So the gacha set it's like 2% to 2% to get the characters, but
Yeah.
I kind of think that it's lower. So I'm not sure.
Well, how many times
Maybe
did
it's
you
just
re-roll for your account?
I think it's kind of like 10 plus reroll, but I
Okay.
use like two clients directly, so it's like saving a lot of time.
Okay. It's not that. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad because the
It's kind
other
of bad,
day
yeah.
I was going to give my account to Renster because I got lucky enough to get the beginning limited character, I think. So the gacha system, what's so bad about it? I mean, at least for right now, when the content is on, is it's just like he said. It's 2% for the 5 stars or legendary or triple SSR or whatever it is that you understand with the term, and then you won't be getting the character on that banner as guaranteed. It's 50-50. So either you get that character or you get some other legendary character, which is bad because I thought rate on and rate off system on Hoyo first game is already bad enough, but this one is actually worse. And then the pity, it's on 100, right? Every 100 gacha gives you the pity, and the pity itself is not even guaranteed. So it's not great, but the game itself is actually F2P friendly. You could use your party that's been given or whatever it is, that legendary character or even not under that class to progress through the main story as long as you're good in playing strategy games. So yeah, and then the gacha itself, it's not only standard banner and their limited banner. There's like this limited banner as debut banner, and then destined banner, and then there's weapon banner, and then another one was like standard. So there's a lot of banners to pull and not enough explanations or resources. Do you think it's easy enough for F2P to get enough resources to do gacha in this game?
Okay. Even though the gacha is kind of you know how the gacha works. Like if you are lucky, it will be very good. But I think from what I experienced until now in this game, even I don't want to be too
Picky? Nitpicky?
yeah, but I guess. So I will say that you can survive with the like lower character, not the legend rarity, but like the what do you call it? The
Epic. There's epic. There's rare.
The yellow one. I forgot what is that.
It's epic, that one.
Epic, yeah. I think you can still survive, but of course you will survive better with the legend character, of course. But you can still survive with the epic. At least in the beginning. Maybe in the end game content, maybe no. But when you kinda progress through the game, you kinda get a lot of summoning resource.
Okay.
So I think it's quite generous if you just play the game. But if it is like if you say from the mail system or like giving you freely in the beginning only 20 after
pulls.
that after that you have to progress through the story, and they will give you quite a lot actually in the beginning event.
So you can play through the game. I mean, it's not really that hard as long as you understand and of course practice, like practicing your strategy, looking out the environment, making sure that you're using it, because sometimes it's in more difficult stages, you could just use the environment to help out, to clear out the stage. That's kind of the point of the game, and that's very cool. But talking about the gacha system itself, I mean, it's if you're depending on legendary characters in getting it to play through the game, then you're on the wrong side of playing a strategy game. But also, what I hate about it, one more time, just one thing, just one more thing that I hate about it, the awakening system. Like you know, in every gacha games, there's like you get duplicates, and then you'll have an extra star because you're getting a duplicate for the character. Now in this game, they're using fragments. So when you get a second legendary character or the third one, it's not necessarily that you will be able to awaken your hero or your character into like the third or the fourth star, for example. So yeah, that's the other thing that I hate about the gacha system. Is there anything good about the gacha system, Renster? Anything at all?
The gacha system for me, 2% is kinda high for the standard of gacha nowadays. Because I saw a lot of gacha system is like lower than 1%. And when you say about the PT, which is like quite high, which is
100,
180 or 100, I forgot.
180. I thought it's only 100.
I think 180 is the guaranteed. Like if you want to get that character, but 100 is like you can get like that character or some other character.
Okay, so it's not rate on or off, but 180 possibly would give you the guaranteed one. Something like that.
Yeah, but if you only see that one, maybe it's like evil. But I think like I don't want to compare it, but in other games when they say like 90, sometimes 70, it's like already like high chance. Maybe this one I haven't counted, but maybe when you are around 100, maybe 80, 70, maybe they will give you like higher chance for already the character.
Okay, the secret soft pity. On the 70 or on 60.
I still haven't figured it out. Maybe later.
So it's a gacha game, so make sure you don't spend at first. I mean, just make sure you love the game first, and then if you want to spend, then it's your own money. You do whatever. But as an F2P players, both of us, I mean, at least have you spent, Friendster, or still F2P right now?
No, I still haven't spent anything.
So it's a very good game to be able to be played without spending anything, and you'll still be able to be getting great characters and great gameplay, of course.
Yeah, since my mindset in the beginning is like I want to enjoy the story, I want to enjoy the gameplay. Doesn't matter with what I get. Yeah, even though it's like I want it, but I would like to enjoy what the game is offering first. Like we are still in the really first patch, right? So I want to enjoy what they offer in the first patch until the end of this patch, and then I will decide later, should I go spending for this game or maybe like go casually, and maybe I just want to know what they offer in here.
Yeah, because the gameplay itself, the graphic, I mean the pixel art, they call it neo pixel art, and it's so good.
Neo pixel.
Yeah, it feels good on your phone, it feels good on PC. So if you love retro type kind of game, you might want to check this out like right now. What is the downside? The whole game, what do you hate most about it? I mean, besides of the stuff that we already talked about, like the gacha system, is there other stuff that actually bothers you or annoys you a little bit in the game?
For me, first, when I go to this game and they introduce the story, I'll love it because they have like a good voice acting and the story is intriguing to see. But after some time, the story doesn't have a lot of voice acting suddenly. But so the voice acting is in the beginning is kind of like gimmicky. So I want to continue because they have like a lot of voice acting, and then suddenly it's like, where is the voice acting? So maybe later if the story is getting intense or like the important moments, maybe they will have it, but I wish they put more to it because they already hire a lot of voice actors.
Yeah, and it's almost about the same reason that I wanted to mention as well, because first of all, I would really love to, and I think a lot of people would also agree that if they have English voice acting, I mean, because lately in mobile games or in every kind of game with an English voice acting, sometimes they're giving out clues or giving out like guides in what to do or give a great expression and in English. Well, not everybody enjoy Japanese or Chinese or Korean maybe, so I guess an English option would be great. And also what bothers me a little bit, I don't know if it's the UI, if it's the control, if we're using PC, Since we won't be, I haven't tried, but I think we cannot use the gamepad as well, and I don't think it's comfortable to do
Oh,
it
okay.
anyway. But I think this game is much better to be played on mobile, on handheld. I mean, on
Oh,
your phone,
really?
because it's maybe it's just me. It's like personal preference, but
Yeah.
the UI is all over the place. It's neat, but it's like it's up there, it's down there, it's on the left, on the whatever. And if you're
Uh,
using touchscreen on phone with
yeah.
the size of the screen itself, it's probably more comfortable. I mean, it's just me.
Oh.
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm just haven't played something like this for a while on PC, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would recommend people trying it out on phone first before they're trying it out on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about the downside, not much else I would say, because the gameplay itself is enjoyable. It's kind of hard, actually. It's kind of difficult for a beginner to try out a strategy games like this, because
Yeah.
in an easier type of strategy game, maybe on your console like PlayStation or Nintendo, they
Mm-hmm.
don't usually got killed by one hit. I mean, if
Mm.
in this game, if you're elemental advantage, if you have
Yeah.
an elemental advantage, I mean, you just one hit your enemy, and the other way
Yeah,
around.
that's true.
And using the explosive barrel like that one, if the barrel exploded near me and and my friends, and also there are enemies
Mhm.
there, everyone just disappear. Everyone's
It
there.
is. It is. It's kind of like a percentage HP because no matter how strong I am, it's still like I'm dead or almost dead. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It feels real, but that means it's not very it's kind of difficult at the same time.
Mm.
So
It is.
yeah,
It is.
the last part that we want to talk about is that how the game compares to other mobile games. How would you compare this game to, Renstar? What game would you compare this game to in similarities and in differentiation?
Good questions. Similarities to the other free to play games, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
well, any games maybe, if you couldn't think of one.
It's kind of difficult. I didn't really think about it.
Okay, I
Maybe
could.
from your opinion first.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would go first. The this game automatically reminds me of the game that is developed by the Gumi team. Gumi team made the Final Fantasy Tactics on mobile. I
Oh.
think it was
Mhm.
I forget what it's called. And then they also made Final Fantasy Brevious on
Yeah.
mobile as well. And Alchemist Code. Alchemist Code is the
Okay.
one that reminds me the most. There are also other games that is using tactic gameplay, but this one over all of them, it's much more comfortable and less stuff to upgrade and
Oh,
increase.
really?
At least less than Alchemist Code. I mean, in Alchemist Code, there's a lot of stuff to upgrade. There's a lot of stuff to awaken, a lot of stuff to collect. At least in this game, they only require, at least for now, two equipments: weapon and armor or shield, and accessories. I think the third one on each character, and you upgrade that. I mean, on Alchemist Code, they have a lot more, like the skill itself, the equipment, the characters. There's also difficulty tiers in every mode of the game that we could use. But if I'm to compare it to like a single player premium game, I think this
Yeah.
game is actually held up to the expectation. I mean, if they're releasing this game as a retro type indie RPG without the gacha system,
Yeah.
I mean, just like a story based in a premium price. I mean, indie games right now usually in rupiah probably like 100 to 200,000. That's like
Yeah.
15 to 20 US dollars. And I think it's going to hold up. I mean, the gameplay and the story, it's very good.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
So
But I don't know how they will manage to do it like to become like an indie games. But if they really want to go to that
proud.
route, I think they have to work with the story more because it's kind of over the place now for this gacha game, because
Mhm.
you have to go to the main story, and then sometimes you go to the, what is that, spiral of destinies? Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a
kind of all over the place. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's
they
like an
kind of have to work on
isekai
it.
mode and whatever. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a different place. So yeah, that's if I'm comparing it to other mobile games. But overall, if I'm not comparing it only to another strategy or tactic mobile games, I mean,
Yeah.
if I gotta choose, if I'm going to play more of like Hoyo type of games, or maybe
Okay.
a MOBA type of mobile games, I mean, in competing with other type of mobile games out there that is more popular and famous, I'm probably just slightly going to leave this game because there's already been too much in my hand for me to play. So what do you think about the game? Do you think you can recommend this to other people, this game?
Yes, actually, I would recommend this game because we don't have too many games like this in the free-to-play games or in the mobile games. I would like them to try first. If they feel comfortable, yeah, then this game is for you, because uh, for now, this is like one of its kind, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think you're right. Yeah. So that's it. Is there anything else you want to add, Renser, before we wrap this up?
I just wish that more mobile games are this experimental, because I see nowadays, like, if they see successful games, they just follow the same pattern and the same like gameplay. So this kind of thing is kind of like a refresh things that happen. So yeah, I wish that mobile games have more flexibility like this, like they want to try more to other genres.
Yeah, not just a copycat of something that is already popular or famous.
Yeah, that's true.
Or a reskin
Yeah.
of everything that Hoyo made, something like that. Because
Yeah, it's always like that.
yeah, so that's it, guys. If you have any comments, you want to add something, you have your own opinion, please write it down on the comment section down below. Give subs, give likes, also visit Renser channel. If you don't understand Indonesian, it's fine, because he still could interact with you if you're watching on live stream. And that's about it. Thank you once again for visiting Varian.